I'm Cedric Stewart with the Entourage Residential Group of Keller Williams Capital Properties, and welcome to our video blog post about pre-approvals, the important stuff. These are home buying essentials. Today we have with us Tammy Biogi from
George Mason Mortgage. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking time out to be with us.
Absolutely.
We work with a lot of new construction builders, and when we go to Beazer and all these other places, we always see on the lender sheet George Mason Mortgage. They're always giving up the incentives, the deals, you know, 10,000 at closing, all that great stuff. You guys work with a lot of builders.
We do. We work with a lot of builders. We also work with a lot of first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, investors. We have a very strong reputation in the market. Very good mortgage company.
That's true. I can't lie. She's done some amazing things for some of our buyers. Okay, so speaking of buyers, we want to talk about the importance and how essential and powerful it is to get pre-approved before you go and look at a house. That's the best time to do it, right?
Absolutely. Or even before then. Even before then.
Okay.
So pre-approval, just to clarify, there's a thing out there called a pre-qualification, and that is just self-disclosed information that you make to a lender. Back of the envelope, they can give you somewhat of an idea of what you can afford and how much it costs, rates, so on and so forth, but they're really not doing a deep dive on your particular financial situation. Right. Pre-approval is much stronger. That means that you are putting in an application, you are providing documentation that supplements to that application. So pay stubs, W-2s, taxes, asset documentation. You really want a lender to take a good look at that, to match that with the application that you have, and then show you some loan programs that might fit your particular situation.
I know you're very good at that. I've heard that from some of our buyers.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval.
Correct.
Now, in the age of Zillow, people will just go out willy-nilly looking at houses. I get it. They're pretty. You want to see them. However, what if you go see one and you love it, and then you're like, well, I want to buy it. But now you got to go back and get the pre-approval so that you can have the proof that you can make the purchase. So when is the best time for people to go and do this? We meet with them, we talk to them, and then we say, hey, you know what? I think you would be great with Tammy. And then we send them over to you, and then, I mean, how easy is it to get a pre-approval?
So pre-approval isn't difficult, but there are steps involved. There are things that, you know, a lender that is really providing you with a strong pre-approval is going to need, such as the documents we spoke of before. But it's really a 10-15 minute initial conversation. Okay. You send the documents and put the application in. Then then me personally, I take, you know, a couple hours to get back to the client, perhaps the next day, and review financial structures and get them very comfortable with the financial piece of the transaction. Which
I think we can all agree is something that you want when you are potentially spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on what could be your biggest purchase. So I appreciate that you do that.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've gotten through those steps, and just so that we're clear, before we go out and look at the houses, really best to do it that way. Sounds like it's pretty easy. If you go to our website, there's the blog post that we're talking about here, and you will see Tammy's information inside of the blog post. Also, after you've been pre-approved with Tammy, or before, you can start to shop online for houses. Okay, you can take a look at pretty much everything that's out there on our website. And if you have a home that you need to sell first and then buy, you can get a true home valuation, not one of these estimates, okay? And then after that, talk to Tammy, figure out what your buying power is going to be, and go out there and find your next dream home. All right, Tammy, we really appreciate you kind of bridging the gap for us and helping us understand the difference between a pre-qual and a pre-approval.
Absolutely.
And when and why we should do it.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.